You guys. Everybody's muted. Me and Nikki. All right. Coming onto your back, arms down by your side, eyes closed. Couple deep breaths. I definitely need them this morning. So, all right. So just soften into your space on the mat. Let your eyes close. Let your palms face up and your feet open out to the side. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Allowing yourself to center into your own space that you've created in your home for yourself. And I've just been thinking a lot about how long we've all been going through this journey together, this COVID journey. And the ups and downs of it are quite intense. I've found in myself, quite intense. And so when I feel like I'm on a down, I have to dig a little deeper to bring myself back up. And I was reading this passage in Mark Nepo's book. And to me, it symbolized kind of where we have the opportunity to go. It says, when cut in two, the cut worm forgives the plow. The worm is one of the only creatures that grows from being cut. Mysteriously, if you cut a worm in two, each cut half becomes whole and you have two worms. What is it in how the worm lives that allows it to grow from its pain? And how might we translate that to being human? Well, without looking too far, the worm is completely in touch with the earth. In fact, it eats earth, it lives in humus, soil, inside and out. Perhaps the secret to growing from our wounds is to live close to the earth, to live with our hearts and minds and bellies always in touch, both inside and out, with that which is larger than we are. Perhaps when cut in two, it is a life of humility, of risking to be at one with the soil of our experience that allows us to heal into something entirely new. So that's kind of how I feel right now, that we're all being cut into a little bit cut into pieces here as we experience everything we have over the last 10 months. We have this opportunity to grow from that. That's what I keep reminding myself. This line is the most powerful line to me. I'll just repeat it. Perhaps when cut in two, it is a life of humility, of risking to be at one with the soil of our experience that allows us to heal into something entirely new. So let's reach the arms all the way over the head, just stretch long. And then hug your right knee into your chest and keep the left leg straight. So it's optional here. If you have a strap that you want to use, go ahead. We're going to straighten the right leg. And if you can grab the big toe, go ahead. If you don't have a strap, but the big toe's not available, grab your calf. You can even just gently grab behind your knee. Just accessing the hamstrings. I'm super, super tight in this side still from my injury around Thanksgiving. So I'm being patient there. And then we're going to let that right leg sweep out to the right. Again, you can keep the knee bent if you want. The leg doesn't have to come all the way to the floor. If it does, this left hip's gonna lift, all good. Look over your left shoulder. So that passage talks about how we need to reconnect with our sort of earth, not even just the physical earth, but like our grounding, our inside pieces that are our own earth, in order to grow and spring anew out of pain. And that's what this practice allows us to do. It gives us some tools to do that. Bring the right leg up. We're gonna bend the knee and cross it over. To be gentle here to start, look over the back shoulder. You feel like you want to straighten the right leg and grab the foot again, go ahead, but be gentle. Our goal today is really to go in, connect with those pieces inside us that help us be reborn, grow. And then bring the right leg back and lower it down, and we'll lift the left leg up. First, hug the knee into the chest, flexing both feet. And then we'll straighten the leg, so either hands behind the knee, behind the calf, or you're hooking the big toe, or you're using your strap. So lots of choices, options here. And then we're gonna slowly bring that left leg out to the left, right? Not worrying if that right hip lifts a little bit, it's supposed to, it's okay. Gazing over the right shoulder. And then draw your gaze up, bring the leg across, knee bends. We're gonna swing it over to the other side, spinal twist, looking over the left shoulder. Good. And then bring the leg back, bend both knees, set the feet down, press down into the feet, lift the hips, come into a bridge pose, walk your arms underneath you, interlace the hands, pressing into the feet and lifting up through the hips. And just breathe here. And then slowly lower that down. And we're gonna hug the knees into the chest. And we're gonna rock back and forth a few times, just really rocking out the hip, the spine, rather. And then we're gonna rock ourselves into a malasana. Right? So I use my hand to help me. We're gonna be in our malasana here. Super early. Right? But malasana is a really grounding pose. It's very foundational. It helps us connect back to those earth qualities. Let's bring the right arm down, left arm up, find a little twist here. You can always pop a block under you in malasana if you want. And then hands back. We're gonna switch left arm inside, right arm up. Hands come back. Walk your hands behind you. We're gonna sit into Baddha Konasana. So feet together. Knees open, just a little bit of access to the hips. Left arm's gonna come to the outside of the right knee. Right arm's gonna come behind. Look over that back shoulder. Breathe here. And then we're gonna switch right arm over left knee, left arm behind. Look over the back shoulder. And then cross the ankles and we'll roll on to the hands and knees. Just a couple of cat-cows to continue to warm things up. Connecting deeply into what grounds us, right? Couple more. Next time you round into your cat, we're gonna curl the toes under, lift the knees, press back into a downward dog. So lifting the knees, pedaling out the feet, checking out what's going on, spreading through the fingers. Nice deep breath here. And then right leg is gonna lift. So lift the right leg, flex the foot, and then draw your knee into your nose. Round it forward, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. As you inhale it, to reach those arms all the way up to the sky. So press down through the bottom of the front foot and the top of the back foot. Letting the shoulders soften. 2 more breaths here. Good. As you exhale, we're gonna set the hands down, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee. Right leg's gonna come back, so you're gonna bring it out to the side and flex the foot. So can you guys see what I'm doing here? Flexing the foot, pressing it out to the right. 2 more breaths here. And then set the right foot down next to the left, downward dog. Left leg lift, flex the foot, press into the right heel. Working it towards the mat. Left knee comes towards the nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, arms are gonna reach all the way up, pressing down into the feet so you can lift up and out of the hips. So as we ground down, we lift up. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. So we had this opportunity to grow from being cut, right? From being damaged, from being hurt, from being scared. How do we do that? Pressing back to your downward dog. Left leg is gonna come out to the left, flex the foot, and then look for that right heel to ground down in your downward dog. Good. Okay, step the foot together. So we're back in our downward dog. And we're gonna walk the hands back towards the feet as you bend the knees. So we're coming into Paschasana squat. So heels are lifted, knees are together, hands are gonna come to the heart. Let's just twist. Looking up to the sky. Breathe here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we'll twist other side. Right elbow outside, left knee. Look up. You exhale, set the hands down. We're gonna walk it back forward into a downward dog. And then walk the feet up to meet the hands. Shaking out your head. We will roll it up. Slowly take your time. Good. Inhale, let's find the arms floating all the way up and over the head. Exhale, we're gonna hinge and fold. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back. Exhale, come to your high plank. Let's hold it. Nice long line from head out through the heels. Belly draws in, press into the arms. As you exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Coming into the tops of the feet, press into the hands. Let's do a little baby cobra for the first one. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, rolls you back, downward dog, 5 breaths. First downward dog of the day. Breathing here. Good. As you inhale, we're gonna come high on the toes. As you exhale, hop, step, or float the feet up to the hands. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold, let the head go. Good. As you inhale, bring the arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, arms sweep around and up. As you exhale, forward fold. Good. As you inhale, find your flat back here, lengthen. As you exhale, float all the way through your plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra, lift the chest. Exhale brings you back, downward dog, lengthen the spine. Breathe here. Let yourself soften into what you need. We're working to live within our hearts and minds and bellies, both inside and out. That helps us connect with that which is larger than we are. All right, so we're gonna change things up a little bit. We're using our squats today because they offer us a lot of grounding opportunities. So from your downward dog, you're gonna widen your feet a little bit, and we're gonna hop to a malasana at the top of the mat. So that might take you a couple hops, or you might feel like you can just hop right up there. So you decide. We're in our malasana. Breathe here. Connect to your pelvic floor. That's such an opportunity for grounding, for drawing in, for rebuilding the strength from our insides. And then from our malasana, we're gonna come back to Baddha Konasana. So sitting the hips down, feet together, right? This time, let's let it be a little bit of a forward bend as you reach the chest forward. Breathe here. Lead with the head, come on up, draw the knees together, lift the feet. We're gonna be in our Navasana now. So maybe you're straightening the legs, maybe you're keeping them bent. 5 breaths here. Breathe here. Yep. And then we're gonna cross the ankles, roll over the knees, and move through your vinyasa. So lower through, inhale, high cobra, exhale back, downward dog. All right, once again, you're gonna widen your feet a little bit and play with hopping your feet up into a malasana. All right, so we're gonna bend the knees, hop up, malasana squat, but this time, lift the hips wide, keeping the feet nice and wide. We're just gonna stay here in a forward bend. Head shakes out. Maybe shift the hips from side to side. Explore what's going on there. And then heel toe the feet to hip distance and sit into your chair, Utkatasana. So lift the chest, Arms reach up, setting back into those hips. And then as you exhale, we're going to forward fold, let the head go. As you inhale, we're going to find our flat back here. As you exhale, we're going to move through plank chaturanga. Remember, you can skip whatever you need to. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale, brings us back, downward dog. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward, warrior one. Inhale those arms up. Rounding into the left foot, rolling the hip and inner thigh forward as you bend into the right knee. Exhale, set those hands all the way to the mat. Inhale brings us to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. Plant the right foot, step the left foot forward, bend into your knee, lift your arms up, softening through the shoulders. Grounding into the heel, big toe, drawing the navel to the spine, and then wrapping the right inner thigh forward. 2 more breaths here. As you exhale, set the hands down. As you inhale, step to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. So we're going to do that wide hop forward into Malasana again. So remember, widening the feet a little bit, bending back into the knees, and we're going to spring up into our Malasana. Hands come to the heart. Breathe here. Let's add a little side bend again. Right arm up, or sorry, left arm up, right arm down. And then switch, left arm down, right arm up. Look, follow your gaze up to that hand. Breathe here. And then set the hands down. We're going to come into that wide-legged forward bend. Let the head go parallel the feet and begin to walk them towards each other. And the knees sit into your chair pose. Back into your heels. Hips are low. Good, Nikki. Good, Rebecca. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here. Exhale, float us through plank chaturanga. You got this. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward, warrior one. Arms are going to reach up to the sky. Good. This time we're going to windmill open, warrior two. Look for that back that back outside of the foot to ground down. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the palms up. Exhale, bend the knee. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. And then take the right arm, wrap it behind to grab the left. Shoulder blades retract and downwardly rotate as you look up, and then fold forward as you exhale. Keeping that right shoulder inside the knee if it's possible. If not, you line the chest on top of the thigh. Good. 2 more breaths here. And then set the hands down. We're going to parallel the feet. So we're setting up for fan pose. The right hand is going to press down. Left arm is going to reach up to the sky. Let your right hip come with you here. So the whole spine twists and includes the pelvis. As you exhale, left hand comes down. Right arm is going to reach up to the sky. Let the left hip come with you as you gaze up over that right shoulder. Good. And then the right hand is going to come down and you're going to bend into this left knee. But that's because the right foot is going to come join the left. And we're in Paschasana at the back of the mat. You guys got it. Good. Hands to the heart. Once again, we're going to twist. Right elbow outside left knee. If you feel like separating the arms a little bit, go for it. Hands come back to the heart. We're going to twist again. Opposite side, left elbow outside right knee. Let's find that twist. Hands are going to come down. You're going to swing your knees forward, right? And then walk the hands a little bit forward. So you're about halfway up on your mat. And we're going to do a couple of donkey kicks if you feel ready to do that. So you're going to bend back, just playtime, right? We're just looking for different ways to ground into the earth. So this is your hands. That's what's happening now. Good. And donkey kicking, right? One more maybe. And then walk it into a downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. Do what you need to do before we do the second side. Good. All right, coming back to downward dog. It's going to be the second side. So ground the right foot, step the left foot forward. Warrior one, inhale. Warrior two, as you exhale. So bending into this left knee, grounding into the outside of the right foot, reaching the arms forward and back. Inhale, straighten the front leg, palms up. Exhale, bend the knee, press the hands down. Inhale it again. Exhale, bend and press. One more, inhale. Exhale, bend and press. This time, sweep the left arm behind to interlace with the right. Try the opposite threading of the hands, the weird way. Roll the shoulder blades together, look up. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Let the head go, bring the arms off the back, shake it out. Good, and we're gonna keep the hands clasped as you parallel the feet and fold into your Pravarita. Okay, the arms are still, I know this is a long hold here, so just a couple more breaths. And then release the hands, float them down and walk them nice and forward. Right, so we're just gonna stretch the arms out now. Good, walk the hands back. Let's turn the palms the other way. Keep going, walk them behind you. And then bring the hands back. So we're gonna bend into the right knee. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Right knee, and we're gonna step the left foot up to meet the right. So we're in our Paschasana. You guys are gonna be on the back of your mat. I'm in the front because I flipped around. And hands to the heart. So we're gonna come into that Paschasana twist again. Hands might come down. If anybody wants to take it a little bit further, you're gonna play with your side Bakasana. So right hand comes down, hip into elbow, left elbow into knee. We'll bend. We'll start to hinge forward, lift the feet. Just explore grounding through your hands. What do we do when we access adversity here? How do we grow from there? Other side, when you're ready, either you're any way you want to twist. So hands to the heart, we're separating the arms, or we're working into our side Bakasana. You decide. Right. Good, Kim. Nice laugh, beautiful. 2 more breaths. Okay, so you're back in Tadasana on the back of your mat. Turn your knees forward. We're gonna play with those donkey kicks again, and we're gonna meet at the top of the mat, all right? So when you walk forward a little bit, you're gonna hop, playtime, right? And then maybe walk the hands forward and try it here. And then we meet at the top of the mat. Walk your feet hip distance. Let's just do a little forward fold here. If you need a bend in the knees, go for it. Good. 2 more breaths. All right, we're actually going to transition down. So come back into your Tadasana. Come onto your butt and spread your legs out nice and wide. So we're in a seated side split. Good. So flex the feet, maybe walk the hands a little bit forward. We're really trying to get into those inner thighs, hamstrings today. Breathe here. Take 3 more breaths. And then come on up, bend the knees. We're gonna hook those toes and see if we can lift the legs up, maybe bring them back up and out to the side. So Upavista Konasana, this is called. Good. Now, if you can, you're gonna release the toes. I know, it's intense. Arms are gonna come inside. This is wide-legged Navasana. That's what we're doing right now. But we're strengthening the hip flexors in a different way than we do with regular Navasana. 2 more breaths here. And then cross the ankles, roll over the knees, move through a vinyasa if you want, up to you. We're gonna meet once again in our downward dog. Good, plant the left foot, step the right foot forward, warrior 1, inhales you up. Warrior 2, exhale, open. Inhale this time, straighten your right leg, float the left arm back, look up to the sky, reverse triangle. And then as you exhale, we're gonna come into traditional triangle. So right hand down, left arm up, squeeze like you're trying to move these feet towards each other. So you're gonna engage these inner thighs. Looking up to the sky, keeping the abdominals nice and engaged. Breathe here. We're gonna find half moon now, so bend into the right knee, set the right fingertips to the floor, float the left leg up, arm reaches up. Even while you're here though, left foot flex, but you're rolling your inner thigh in, okay, towards your midline. So the hip can open, but the inner thigh rolls in. It's a nice counterbalance. We're gonna meet back in a warrior 2. So bend your right knee, windmill the arms. Straighten the legs, turn the palms to face each other, hands to the heart. We're coming back into our Prasarita again. This time, if you can, hands are gonna come behind your back, either clasp alternate forearms, elbows, or bring your hands into prayer. So it's up to you which way you do it. Roll your shoulder blades in towards your hands if they're in prayer. Look up to the sky, and then as you exhale, once again, hinge and fold. Working your head towards the floor, but you want a nice long spine. So if you have to round anything to get there, shorten the width between your feet. Right? Give yourself more length between the floor, or from the floor, I should say. And hands are gonna float all the way down to the floor now. And we're gonna walk both hands inside that left foot again, like we did before, but we're gonna do something different. So you're gonna bend into that left knee and stretch out through this right leg. If you're looking for more, you can always lift the toes, hands to the heart, separating them if you want. And then we're gonna shift and do the same thing at the top of the mat. So bend your right knee, both hands are inside. If you wanna lift the toes, go ahead. If you wanna play with any version of the arms, up to you. We're looking for what grounds us. That's our option here, that's our choice. And then walk both hands to the inside of your right foot. So your right foot's gonna come out to the edge of the mat. And let's find our lizard pose. So drop the back knee, come onto your forearms, and squeeze your right knee in towards your shoulder. Good. We're going to press up into the hands, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Right knee, if you want to play, if any of you guys want to play with lifting the foot, go ahead, or taking it further into an arm balance, but we're not going to expressly focus on that today. We're coming to plank and then lowering all the way to the mat. Good. Hands are going to stay right by your chest, elbows squeeze in, chin tucks in. As you inhale, we're going to lift the legs, softening the butt, and then the chest, and then the chin comes away. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. And then lower the legs. Curl the toes under. We're going to meet in a downward dog. So if you want to come up on your hands and knees first, and then get there, all good. You decide. Breathe here. Taking a couple breaths, pedaling it out. Okay. And now let's walk the feet wide. So we've been doing Malasana hops up to the top of the mat. And we've done some donkey kicks. So we're just going to add on to that. So you can do any version that we've done so far, but I'm offering a different version right now. So you're going to bend back into the knees, and as you hop, the feet, the legs are going to come out towards the side. So like a split, right? And then we're going to meet at the top of the mat in the Malasana. How you guys doing? You with me? Malasana. Yeah, this is a little more of a challenging class to teach on Zoom, but I had already planned it out, so I figured we're going with it. Straighten the legs, walk the feet towards each other, bend into the knees. We're going to find Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale floats you through your vinyasa, whatever that is. We'll meet in downward dog. Good. Plant the right foot, step the left foot forward. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale is going to take us to warrior two, just that gentle alignment shift of the feet. Inhale, palms turn up. We straighten the front leg, but we're going to reverse it out this time. Reverse triangle. And then we're going to come right into triangle. So squeezing your inner thighs towards each other, left arm down, right arm up, look up, breathe here. Two more breaths here. And then bend into the left knee, set the left hand down to the floor, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Remember, the right foot's flexed. You're lifting the hip, but you're rolling in through your inner thigh. Right? So these actions are important for later when we're gonna do that hop up again. Bending into the left knee, set the right foot back. We're opening it up, warrior two. Good, hands come to the hips, parallel the feet. Actually, we're gonna keep them turned out for this one. Do a couple squats, our favorite. So hands come to the heart, bend the knees, let's squat down. And then I love to bring the hands to the thighs, all right? And let's just be fluid here, move around. So we've got our stability, we're grounding, we're looking for the earth. We've done lots of grounding poses today. And then we get to be loose and light and flexible and roll with what's coming to us. Let's bring the left shoulder in. Come on up. And then bring the right shoulder in. Come on up. One more. Left shoulder down. Inhale. Exhale. Right shoulder down. Inhale. Good. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. And then set the hands down. We're going to walk it forward. We're coming into lizard on that second side. All right. Dropping the back knee, coming onto the forearm. Letting that left knee squeeze in. Breathing here. And then we'll press up into the hands, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Up to you if you wanna, how you wanna get to plank. So if you wanna float the left knee up, if you wanna play with the arm balance, feel free, but we're not working on that expressly today. Coming back to our plank, lower all the way to the mat once again. Chin tucks into the chest. We're gonna interlace the hands behind, or interlace the hands together on our behind our back. Whew. Can't talk today. Chin into chest. As you inhale, lift the legs, softening the buttocks, lift the chest, reach the arms back, draw the shoulders down. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, lower it all the way down. Press the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's curl the toes under. So you decide, we're getting back to downward dog. If you want to make it more challenging, you're going to press up the plank. If you want a little less, you're going to come up onto the hands and knees and then make your way back to downward dog. We'll all meet in downward dog. So again, we're gonna widen our stance a little bit and play with those wide leg hops up to the top of the mat. So bringing your knees into a squat, you're working to draw the shoulders over the wrists. This is just strengthening, right? There's no investment here. We don't have to worry about how high the legs come up. Can we turn it into anything? That's not the goal here. Right? We're meeting at the top of the mat. Just exploration. Legs, feet hip distance, slide the hands all the way underneath your feet, coming into another forward bend. This combination of strengthening and lengthening. That's what this practice offers us, this balance. So that when we are cut into, when we have to regenerate and regrow and blossom from something, we are connected. We have everything we need. All right, release the feet, We're gonna come back into Utkatasana chair. So inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna step back to plank. If you want your vinyasa, go for it. If you've had enough of those, skip it. And we'll find our way to downward dog. Right leg is gonna lift. So flex the foot and then bend the knee and draw it towards your nose and step the foot in between the hands. Again, with the wrapping of the inner thigh from the left side, left hip comes forward, belly draws in. Let's come into our high crescent lunge. Breathe here. Inhale, we're gonna straighten the front leg, squeezing the left buttocks. Exhale, we're gonna bend into the knee. Good, again, inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale, squeeze, exhale, bend. Hands come to the heart. We're gonna twist left elbow outside right knee. We've done quite a bit of twisting today. So maybe you're feeling good about separating the arms. You can even take that right arm and wrap it around the back. 2 more breaths here. And then float the arms back up, chest comes back up. This is intense. We're gonna hug the left knee up into the chest. And we're looking for our twist here. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, or foot, left arm reaches behind. Look over the back shoulder, squeeze through your right buttock. As we ring out things in the body with all of our twisting and our squatting and our malasana, pashasana, we're looking for grounding and lightness. Gaze forward, float the left leg back. We're coming into a standing split now. So do it however it serves you. Because we've played with all kinds of hopping today, I have to throw in some handstand hops if you want them. We're actually going to meet in a Parsvottanasana. So left leg will come back behind you 3 feet. So if you want to go right there, go ahead. If you want to play with your handstand hop, same kind of idea we've been working with. Spring into the knee and float. No investment, no worry, just practice, right? And I'll meet in that Parsvottanasana. Forward bend. There's such a restorative opportunity here. As we just ground in, remember that we can regrow no matter how cut, gutted, stressed, scared, hurt we feel. We can always regenerate. Left hand comes to the inside or outside of the right foot. Again, drop the right hip. So let the left hip come with you as you twist. Sorry. Let the left hip drop, right hip come with you. Whew. So I'll twist it around today. 2 more breaths. All right, walk the hands around. We're actually gonna make our way back into fan pose again. Hands are gonna be down. So options here. Since we're playing with all these different ways to ground, you can do 2 things right now. You could play with tripod headstand. So head comes down to the floor in between the hands, like chaturanga arms. Your head is down. Your knees could come to your elbows. You could just play, right? Just make sure you don't feel any pain in your neck at all, okay? That's option 1. Or option 2 would be doing handstand hops here, okay? So you're grounding into the hands, you're springing into the feet, just like we've been doing, and bringing the legs out to the side, right? Just practice. Just playing with our grounding. Good, Rebecca, nice. Nice. Good thing you got that couch there. Okay. So coming back to Prasarita, we're going to walk it forward and we're going to meet in a downward dog. So if you want a vinyasa, all good. If you want to skip one, go for it. We'll meet in downward dog. Okay, last leg's going to lift nice and high. Exhale, knee comes to the nose, steps the foot in between the hands. So we're rolling in through that right inner thigh, drawing the belly in, and we're lifting up into our crescent lunge. Navel back to spine. As you inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. So squeeze your right buttocks. Exhale, bend into the knee. Inhale, squeeze your right buttocks. Exhale, bend. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Hand to the heart. We'll twist again. So we're just layering on with all this twisting. If you want to separate, go for it. If you want to wrap the left arm around your back, all good. Continue to connect to your left buttock or your right buttock though. So squeezing through the glutes there. As you exhale, look down. As you inhale, we're coming up. And now squeeze it in and then hug your right knee up into your chest. Oof. I'm wiggly on this side. Left hand's gonna come to the outside of the right knee or the right foot. Right arm reaches behind. You're looking over that back shoulder. We're gonna breathe here. And then bring your gaze forward. Float the right leg behind you as you transition. We're coming into our standing split. Okay, so hands can be far away. They can be close to the ankle. We can be playing with those handstand hops if we want to. Or you're going to go right back into that triangle forward bend or Parsvottanasana. Okay, so for handstand hopping, same action, right? Bending into the knee, loading the legs up. You might find it today just because we've worked on it so much. Nice, Lara. Good job. Good, Rebecca. Good job. We're meeting in that triangle forward bend now. Right hand's going to come either to the inside or outside of the foot, looking up to the sky. Left arm reaches up to the sky. We're grounding into both feet, letting the right hip drop. We're bringing the left hip with us. Finding revolved triangle. Good. And then once again, we're going to walk around into our Prasarita. So one more try, whichever version, whatever you want to do here. So we've spent a lot of time here today. If you just want to be in regular Prasarita, all good. Getting a stretch through the back of the legs. You can work into tripod headstand. You can also work into those hops up into handstand. Right. Good. So start to bring you want to bring your hips up over your shoulders. So just a little more spring, Lara. Yeah, better. Good. Kim, just work on bringing your legs towards each other a little bit. Yeah, beautiful. Nice, Nikki, perfect. All right. Slowly transition out of whatever you're doing. You're going to walk forward over your left foot. And once again, we're going to meet in downward dog. Good. Right leg will lift nice and high. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw to the nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee all the way to the mat. Inhale, we're going to reach those arms all the way up. Good. And then as you exhale, one hand on either side of your front foot. Let's shift the weight into the back leg, flex the right foot, half Hanuman. If you feel like coming further, you're going to slide that leg forward, whatever you want to do here. Good. And then we're going to bend the knee, walk your right foot out towards the right edge of your mat, bend your left knee, sweep the hand around. Let's just stretch out hip flexors, quads a little bit. And then release the foot, and we're going to walk the right foot across towards the left wrist. So coming into your pigeon, softening in, unfolding here. When cutting two, the cut worm forgives the plow. The worm is one of the only creatures that grows from being cut. Mysteriously, if you cut a worm in two, each cut half becomes whole, and you have two worms. What is it in how the worm lives that allows it to grow from its pain? And how might we translate that to being human? Well, without looking too far, the worm is completely in touch with the earth. In fact, it eats earth, it lives in humus soil, inside and out. Perhaps the secret to growing from our wounds is to live close to the earth, to live with our hearts and minds and bellies always in touch, both inside and out, with that which is larger than we are. Perhaps when cut in two, it is a life of humility, of risking to be at one with the soil of our experience that allows us to heal into something entirely new. Slowly make your way back to downward dog. Let's shake out the right leg. And you're going to stack the right hip. And if you want to, you're going to flip your dog. So right leg might come down, hip lift, right arm forward. And then flip it back around. Good. Left leg's going to lift. You're going to bend the knee, draw it in towards your nose, step the foot in between your hands, stop your back knee. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up. Let's find our Anjaneyasana. And then exhale, one hand on either side of the front foot. We're going to shift our weight into the back knee, straighten the front leg, fold here. Breathing here. Getting a little deeper. If you want to come further, feel free. And then bend into the left knee, walk it out towards the left side of your mat. Left arm's gonna come to the inside, bend the right knee, grab the foot, stretch here. Getting into the quads, hip flexors here. Release the foot, walk the left foot across towards the right side of your mat. Coming into pigeon, fold here. Really holding on to that stops us from connecting with that is bigger than us. Two more breaths. And let's make our way back to downward dog. We're gonna stack the left hip as we shake it out. And then if you want to, you're gonna float the leg all the way down, come into your flipped dog. Good, nice, Nikki. And then we're gonna make our way back to downward dog. And find our way through to a Malasana squat. So you're gonna be in a Malasana at the top of the mat. If you wanna do the hop, go ahead. If you're tired of the hops, then don't do them. We'll meet up here, Malasana. Hands come to the heart. Just let your head drop your chin into your chest. And squeeze your pelvic floor. So really activate the pelvic floor. Belly draws in. And then we're going to set the hands down and find our way once again into a Baddha Konasana. Feet together. Grab the ankles with the hands, with the elbows come towards the knees. Inhale. And exhale, fold. We'll lead with the head, come on up. And begin to walk back on the hands, on the elbows, come all the way onto your back. We're finding Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the arms over the head. And then float the arms down. Bend the knees. We're going to lower the left leg to the floor and hug the right knee into the chest. As we circle back around to where we started our practice, perhaps notice there's some regrowth here. Straightening the right leg. Again, you can use a strap. You can hold behind your knee. You can hook your big toe. Whatever is available. Supta Padang Uttanasana. From here, we'll move the right leg out to the right. Gazing over the left shoulder. And then bring the leg back up. We'll bring it across, hand to the outside, opposite hand to the outside of the foot. Bring it across. Look over the opposite shoulder. So almost our whole body is touching the earth right now. Use the grounding properties there to remind us that we can regrow. that we need to connect with inside ourselves and with that is bigger than us. And then slowly bring that right knee back into your chest, lower it all the way to the floor. Second side, left knee in. As you straighten it, maybe you're hooking the big toe, maybe you're bringing the hands behind the thigh, the knee, the calf, whatever works. Flex both feet. And then slowly bring the leg out to the left. You can keep the knee bent. You can use a strap, whatever you need. Gazing over the right shoulder. Left leg's going to come up. We're going to bring the opposite hand to the outside of the foot or the leg and start to walk it all the way over into your twist, looking over that back shoulder. And then bring the leg back. Hug the knee back into your chest. Bring the right knee in as well. And then set both feet to the floor underneath your knees. So we'll do 2 final back bends of your choice. Grounding into the feet, lifting the hips if you want to bridge. If you want to bring the hands by the ears, coming up into Urdhva, that's totally fine. Anything else you want to do in these last couple moments before Shavasana? You decide. Make sure your thighs are parallel. Yes, good, Rebecca. Let's come down after that first one and slowly press back up into your second back bend. Good, nice work. And we're gonna lower that all the way down. Good, keep your knees bent, but the feet are gonna be nice and wide. And we're just gonna sway the knees in towards each other. Just swaying back and forth. Good. And then knees come back into your chest. Right ankle comes outside left knee. But we're gonna come all the way over into one last final twist. So right foot is gonna plant. Right knee is gonna point up to the sky. So this is actually stretching out your TFL. I don't know if you guys can see where my hand is, but there's several muscles that insert right here in your hip. So this is getting access to a couple of those. Look over your right shoulder and breathe here. The gluteus medius, the TFL, your IT bands, kind of all peripherally connect here. Good, and then we're just gonna do that second side. So left ankle to right knee. Float it over to the right. Let the knee draw up. Look over your left shoulder. 2 more breaths here. And then draw your knees into your chest. And slowly lower your legs down to the floor. Coming into your Shavasana. This is that opportunity for rebirth, right? We're fully grounding into the earth. Perhaps we're processing whatever the pain is that we're experiencing. We remind ourselves, perhaps when cut in two, it is a life of humility, of risking to be at one with the soil of our experience that allows us to heal into something entirely new. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And reach your arms all the way over your head and stretch from your fingers to your toes. And then draw your knees into your chest and make your way slowly onto your right side. And find your way up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. And just close your eyes for a moment. Center yourself and meditate with kindness on a place where you feel cut into. And then take a deep inhale and bring the universal air to this raw and tender place. And then exhale thoroughly and let the elements infuse your wound with the atoms of a new beginning. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great